So UlisesTech is an organization that specializes in providing state-of-the-art IT consultancy services and also software solutions on a wide range of platforms for our clients. So what we do is we connect enterprises with professionals who are actually certified, well qualified in any type of IT development or digital service offering that they need. And our service models can include nearshore software developments for companies in the US and LATAM, as well as full end-to-end custom solutions for our clients, depending on what they need. So we basically offer full circle custom software programming services. This includes web, mobile, and even desktop applications. And we do staffing services that can either be deployed on site, off site, or through like offshore remote, software development services, as is traditional. Our average deal size, or let's say for a 1 year service from a single client, can vary between, on the low end being like 60,000 USD per year, or on the high end being like around 120,000 or even above 150,000 USD per year, depending on whether it's a large enterprise. And lastly, our average sales cycle, we're talking about closing. Our deals usually get closed in between 3 to 6 months. It depends on the complexity and on the number of resources that we're adding to that project. But it could be anywhere from within 3 to 6 months, or sometimes less, sometimes a bit more. So we're interested in targeting prospects mainly that are in the U.S. geographical area. So United States companies, or companies that have headquarters in the United States. Now we're also open to having clients in Latin America as a whole, but mainly our main focus is the U.S. The type of clients is, let's say, mid to large size enterprises, because that's where most of the opportunities are in terms of volume and complexity of the talent that they require. So anywhere between like mid large to large segment is good. And also, again, geographically located in the US, and potentially, giving us certain buying signals that are telling us that they need software development talent, whether it's through job postings, um, you know, uh, intent signals, and all this, right? So our geographical reach is pretty, wide, but our main focus is the U.S. We do have clients in Central America and the Central American countries, including, Costa Rica, Panama, Guatemala, those type of countries. But we're also, again, where we see most of the opportunity and where we would prefer to develop a client portfolio is in the United States. So in terms of headcount, we're targeting, like I mentioned, anything from mid to mid large to large size enterprises in the U.S. So in terms of headcount, this can vary depending on the industry, but we're talking about companies that have at least 1,000 employees or more, um, or companies that are on the smaller side, no less than 500 employees. Our industry, because tech, software development is such a broad type of service, we understand that there might be different headcounts or different sizes that we could target depending on the industry, but those are the targets that we're going after. In terms of annual recurring revenue, we want to be targeting companies that are above the 10 million annual revenue mark, or basically reaching the 10 million revenue mark or going above it, right? So that's like the bare minimum. We're not entirely close to, obviously starting out with smaller companies in the US, smaller than 10 million annual revenue. But we do want to differentiate ourselves because, again, our target is more on the enterprise side of things. And so we want to build up a portfolio that's actually, again, anywhere from mid to mid large to large size enterprises. So our performance expectation is consistently generating enough qualified opportunities that we can add to our sales pipeline. We look at it in terms of number of opportunities, but also revenue that is being generated from those opportunities whenever they close. So we're talking about generating at least between 5 to 10 very well qualified opportunities that actually we're able to share a proposal and actually add to our sales pipeline as potential new business. That is to say that we do care about the number of meetings booked, but we also care about them going forward through our process and being qualified as actual opportunities. So those would be our expectations. So in terms of channels, we are interested in an omni-channel strategy, or at least one that covers emails, LinkedIn, and cold calling. We are interested in um, having a team that allows us to outsource most of the operation part of sales development, so that we can focus on just basically getting conversations and actual talks with prospects that are or that have already presented some sort of interest. And again, we want to make sure that these are qualified. So some of the qualifications are that they have a need that we can fulfill at least over the next 1 to 3 months. That they're interested in hiring remotely, and they are open to the nearshoring model that we offer them, and that they're comfortable with the resources being working remotely from either of the countries where we have talent, which again mostly Central America, and we're also interested in obviously having these be companies in the U.S. that speak English, where we can have a conversation with them and show them resumes and all this.